Hey guys, so I have a random update for you. Some unfortunate news on our end is that we had a large house fire in our house. So as you can see behind me on the side of our house here, we had a fire that started on the very outside of our house by our electrical box that was, it was our breaker box that was right by our air conditioning unit. Somehow decided it wanted to catch on fire and burned up the entire side of my house. So that's really unfortunate and what we've been going through for the past week. And I'll go ahead and show you the damage and explain what happened. And yeah, so this is really depressing and hard for us. We can't stay here right now. We're staying with my parents. We are probably going to be out of our house for at least 3 months, which really sucks. Yeah, I don't really know what to say right now because my mind is just all over the place. But I guess I'll start and I'll, I guess, just tell you guys what happened. So last week, David was sleeping. It was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was downstairs in my like back of the house. We have a large family room with that nice room that has all the carpeting and everything where Davey and I hang out most of the day. I was sitting there eating lunch, and I noticed outside of my porch door window there that there was smoke outside. So I figured it was just my next door neighbors burn leaves, so I thought it was just like smoke from that. But I looked outside and noticed that the smoke was coming from my house. I could just see the smoke was like just coming up the side of my house. So I ran and I looked, and I thought it was like my laundry room because that's where it looked like the smoke was coming from. But I didn't have any laundry running, so I thought that was kind of odd. So I looked in there, and there was smoke in that room, kind of just lingering in the air, nothing like drastic looking. So I ran upstairs, I grabbed Davey out of his crib, and as I was coming down the stairs to exit my house, I called 911. And as I got outside, I was still in 911, I saw that flames were just shooting up in the air. My house was like legit on fire. Like there was flames coming up the side of my house, up out of my roof. So 911, I obviously was on the phone with 911, and the fire people got here within a couple of minutes. It was chilly outside, so I ended up going over to a neighbor's house to hang out. And then I called my husband to come home. So he came home and he dealt with the firemen the entire time, and I basically just stayed in my neighbor's house with Davey because it was chilly outside and I couldn't just like leave him alone. And of course I couldn't contact my mom, like she wasn't answering, my mother-in-law wasn't answering, nobody was answering. So that was really scary. But then like shortly after my husband got here, my mom and my mother-in-law came, and I ended up just going right over to my mom's house. And that's where we've been living for the past week, is at my parents' house, and they live 5 minutes away from like this house here, so that's been really convenient. We can come here whenever we need to, so we're not super far away, so that's really, really nice. And they have a pretty large house, so Davey has his own room, and Tony and I have our own room. So my mom has been an awesome help to help us throughout this whole thing, but I will stop talking now, I guess. But that's like my story of what happened with the fire. Basically right now, everything is on hold with doing repairs because they are investigating the cause of the fire. There was a fire here previously before we even moved in, because we've only been living here for 7 months. I guess a couple of years ago, which we knew about this before we moved in, like 4 years ago, there was a fire here previously. So we are having an investigator come, and they're investigating the cause of the fire. They are thinking it is the electrical company that rewired the whole house after the previous fire is at fault. So there's actually going to be a lawsuit with our insurance company suing them. So we can't do any repairs until that report and everything is finalized, and they can release the scene to us. So we can't start any construction until that's done. So that's been taking forever. Frustrating that we can't even get started on construction yet, and that probably won't be released for a couple more weeks. So it's going to be a long process in getting the house fixed, and that's why they're estimating that it's going to be at least 3 months before we can move in. So I will, I guess, show you the damage now, and it's really depressing. So here we go. Okay, so this is where the fire started, right behind our air conditioning unit here on the side of the house, and everything is temporarily like sealed here, but the fire started right here and then just went up the entire side of the house, and flames were just shooting up here. So we have all this damage on the outside of our house here. It doesn't look that bad, but it is. And you can see there's like smoke damage all there from the fire. So that's all the external damage on our house. Okay, sorry for the lighting, but we don't have any power in our house, so I don't have any lights on, obviously. But this is where our bathroom slash laundry room was. And this is where the fire started on the outside of the house. So they had to pull out my washing and drying machine here. And there's just holes everywhere and holes in the ceiling from them trying to make sure that this fire wasn't spreading in the walls here. So we have a lot of damage in this room here. Like it's a disaster really, honestly. So they had to push our washing machine all the way up front there. And then our that was our dryer. This is our washing machine. It's just hanging out in this room here. And they're probably gonna have to replace the carpeting in this room because it got all wet with the hose fire. So we're gonna have to replace that. The kitchen was okay, honestly. I had to pull out all of my food and we're gonna throw that away because we have to clear out everything that was in the pantry. Anything that wasn't canned, they recommend that we throw away because the smoke and the chemicals from everything can actually leach into cardboard and like plastic. So they recommended anything that was not sealed to be thrown away. So we're going to replace all the food in our pantry. This is our back main room here, and they had to rip out all this carpeting already because it was soaking wet from the hose fire and there was soot damage. So they had to pull up the carpeting. So all this carpeting is going to be replaced. We're going to have everything taken out of our house, all of our items, like everything, all of Davey's toys and just everything out of our house. And they're going to be taken to this center where they use an ozone treatment. And everything's going to be treated because everything in our house smells like smoke horribly. So that's a fun adventure for us to deal with. And so this is like on the other side of the house where that porch is. There's just damage all in here. This closet has giant holes from them. The firemen axing that through, and it's just like, it's a disaster. It's so dirty. And this is our other bathroom here. We have a giant hole there. Everything in this closet, I had a bunch of towels. They're all destroyed from smoke damage. So yeah, that's, I guess, the most of our damage was right there. This closet where I had all of our cleaning supplies, that was damaged. Everything in there was damaged. The side closet, surprisingly, didn't get too much damage. Just some smoke damage on some items, but we didn't have to throw anything in there away, so that was good. So I guess I'll just show you the last part of our damage is upstairs in our bedroom. Okay, so here's the last bit of damage here. This is in our master bedroom. There's just holes from, again, the firemen just making sure that the fire wasn't spreading into the walls. So they had to chop the walls out, and they're actually going to be repainting this entire room, which is nice. We don't have to worry about that. So yeah, we've been dealing with all this for the past week, and it's definitely been a headache going through and talking with insurance companies and construction companies, and we've been dealing with a lot lately. But I wanted to let you guys know what was going on. Not the happiest of updates, definitely not the type of video I'd like to be putting up on my channel. But I wanted to let you guys know what was going on because I probably won't be able to put up that many videos in the next coming up months. I do have a video filmed of what's in my diaper bag. I filmed that like a couple weeks ago and just haven't had the opportunity to upload that. So I will be uploading that if it isn't already up already. And then I'll try to do some updates on what's going on with us. If you guys want to see updates on the progress of our house, let me know and I can do those type of videos. But yeah, as you can see behind me, all of our clothes were taken out of our closets, and every piece of clothing item and linen is being cleaned and then stored so we can pick those up whenever we can come back and move back into our house, which I hope is sooner rather than later. But yeah, that's what's going on with us, and if you could leave some happy comments and send us great vibes, happy, fun vibes and prayers and whatever, we would definitely appreciate that. But yeah, I will see you guys later and hope you guys all are doing well. Bye!